Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is August 18th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. We got BC, Washington, Oregon. Check out the trough rolling through the area here, bringing that cool down. Nice marine push last night allowed me to finally cool my house down, but it's coming with the cost. Some fire activity has been increased here across British Columbia, and we're going to take a detailed look at that here coming up as well. And we're going to turn things back offshore again here with a lot of fire smoke around. It's likely to infiltrate back on into places west of the Cascades. We'll look at that in some detail as well. We'll look at a trough coming up as well, and some subtropical and tropical moisture will be moving up over the region, especially east of the Cascades. We'll look at those details here also. So lots going on here, folks, and you can see all the fires going on across British Columbia. Some of these are very intense. There's some evacuation orders. There's some crazy footage come out of British Columbia here, and I'm going to tell you who to follow here to stay abreast on this information over the next few days. Here we are looking a little bit closer. You can see some of this smoke up there, and as the system starts to move through British Columbia, again, very dry conditions out there, low relative humidity and some strong winds, just some pretty extreme fire potential with this trough moving through. And this is just kind of showing you that we definitely have cooled down quite a bit. I mean, you go outside this morning, you're looking at some mid and lower 50s out there across some of western Washington, Oregon, all the way down in the 50s as well. Not quite the cool down here for eastern Washington just yet, but it's definitely going to be cooler than it has been the last few days. And check out this heat wave we've been going through since the 13th. 89, 94, 95, 95, 91. That's a very intense heat wave here for the Pacific Northwest, right up towards those record high temperatures here, but not quite breaking one, and no precipitation. None in sight just yet, but we'll continue to watch for that. This is looking at thunderstorm activity today, and we're going to repeat this for some areas, mainly east of the Cascades, for the next few days here as well. If you guys want a nice affordable home weather station, click on the link down below to save 10% off. All solar powered, all wireless, stores all the data for you in the cloud. And you can see all the stations here across the Pacific Northwest. A lot of them up into British Columbia there, up into Canada, Vancouver Island as well. Very highly recommended weather station here. Checking out Seattle National Weather Service Fire Weather Watch for some of the west slopes of the Cascades. Of course, you got red flag warnings, east slopes here, and this would be for British Columbia here too as well. There's many fires going on as we speak. This is looking at Spokane National Weather Service. Critical fire conditions here. Hot and dry winds. Dry landscape. Red flag warning is in effect. They put this out here as of last night. This is air quality. If you want some real-time information, you go to fire.airnow.gov. And if you want to look at British Columbia here too, I'm going to show you what to follow here in a minute, but check it out. Look at all the fires here across the area, just producing tons of smoke. Canada continues its record fire season. Fire, and follow Ryan here. Ryan, VOUTILAINEN here. He has some very good information. He's always updating on the fire conditions out there across British Columbia. And this was on the LightNet live stream last night. Check out this fire behavior. Just incredible footage here. I mean, look at this fire, how fast it's moving. Very dangerous conditions up there across British Columbia as Canada is just setting records for how much acreage they've been burning here. Just amazing stuff there. And again, credit LightNet there for their live stream going on there. And follow Ryan there on Twitter. Now, taking a look here, you can see the fire danger here for today. It's critical values here all the way on in through Montana. And of course, you can imagine this would be for British Columbia and Alberta as well. Now, looking at the HER 3KM high resolution model here. So this is going to go out 48 hours because it's a 12Z run, but you can see the smoke up there across some of British Columbia and across some of southwest Oregon into northern California, central Oregon as well. But look what happens here. This is not good here, folks. As we go through Saturday, look at the offshore flow start to return to the area and bring some pretty dramatic amounts of smoke in here back into the Pacific Northwest, including some of the Willamette Valley, east slopes of the Cascades. Look at the North Cascades. I mean, just engulfed. British Columbia engulfed in smoke. Vancouver Island. This is going to get ugly here, folks, as we go through Sunday. The only good thing about this is maybe we won't keep this offshore flow going for long. We'll take a look at that here now. This is 925 millibars. We got the marine push and the onshore flow, but it's kind of short-lived, as you can see. By the time we go towards tomorrow morning, we start turning things offshore almost immediately here. And this is going to introduce whatever smoke is out here across the North Cascades, British Columbia here, and it's going to bring it back into western portions. And you can see that continue on through Sunday morning here as well. And then we turn things on back onshore, but it's kind of brief and squirrely here. It's not a huge push, but at least it's something, and then maybe some more onshore flow. But yeah, it's the fire season's really ramping up here, folks, and we're definitely going to notice it here as we go through Saturday with the increase of smoke. Here's 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. There goes the trough swinging through, cooling us down here across the region. Upper level low still over there in California. And then the remnants of Hurricane Hilary are going to blast up and interact with this trough here and probably stay east of the Cascades. And it could bring some heavy rainfall to eastern Oregon. Idaho is really going to be targeted here, as well as Montana and some places up into Canada potentially as well. So this is something we'll be watching over the next couple of days as well. The Hurricane Center has been showing tropical depression coming up over Oregon, if you can believe that. And Southern California is likely to be hit with its first tropical storm since 1939. A very intense system for them down there. Check out my California video if you want more on that. This is looking at the European last night's run, total precipitation in inches, and you can clearly see that moisture plume move in, just intense amounts. And this could clip portions of Oregon, even southwest Washington. And yeah, here we go on in through one state here. Big amounts coming for Idaho, Montana here as well. So interesting stuff here, folks. This is looking at 6 to 10 day above average conditions, kind of remaining here for the Pacific Northwest, but we're not looking at any heat wave per se. 6 to 10 day, tropical moisture moving up, upper level low over California, hoping to spin things back up across Oregon. And there could be some lightning strikes again for the next couple of days. Could be some fire starters there across Idaho and Oregon here as we go. This is for today. You can see NW10, that includes Spokane, Ritzville, Moses Lake, some of the Tri-City areas out there, down towards Pendleton as well for that extreme fire danger. And, you know, it's elevated for many other regions here also. And up in British Columbia, we've been talking about that as well. Here's the daily 2-meter max temperature here. This would be for today. You can see the cool down. I mean, we were at 91 at SeaTac yesterday. Big drop, about 13, 14 degrees or so. And then you can see tomorrow, a little bit of a bounce back here. And we're turning things a bit more offshore here. And by the time we get to Sunday, we could have a lot of smoke around. So it might play havoc with some of these high temperatures here as well. But showing pretty warm day here all the way up into southwest BC. Up into the 80s. Willamette Valley, probably 90s unless the smoke interferes with that. And you see Monday, a little bit more of a cool down, back towards seasonable here Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe a bounce back as we go through the end of next week here coming up. But yeah, lots going on here, folks. Kind of crazy here, especially down in the southwest portion of the USA and the Canada fires going on. The smoke might get introduced here, but we did have a nice marine push there last night here, finally allowing some places to cool down. And yeah, interesting stuff here, folks. But anyway, we'll be doing my normal briefing again tomorrow. Click like and subscribe. And yeah, go ahead and follow Ryan there on Twitter and try to get the updates there, especially across British Columbia as far as fire activity is concerned. And we'll do another briefing tomorrow. We'll check things out and we'll see just how much smoke's going to get reintroduced into the region here. As I'm doing the video, the smoke will probably be on its march into places west of the Cascades. So anyway, tune in tomorrow. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys then.